Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Charlotte from At Charlotte's House, and today I'm going to share one of the most fun makeovers I've ever done. Stay tuned. My former elementary school classmate is now a librarian at the school where we both attended. She had a classroom space off the library that had become a bit of a dumping ground, and she wanted to change that. Her vision was to make this space bright and colorful and a tech-free place where kids could go to imagine and invent. So I am getting ready to start painting this wall, and then I will come back later in the summer to do the rest of the work in here. But for now, just painting. It's gonna be a big improvement. Finally ready to paint. We had to take out a couple shelves here, and then we're just projecting my image. Thankfully, I did my math right, so it's totally to scale. So I'm gonna trace those black lines, and then I have my paint all laid out and numbered so I know what order to work in. And it's gonna look so good. Okay, first color is on. Headed in for the second color. I spent a day there in April to see the room for myself and began phase 1, a colorful mural for the back wall. So here's the finished backdrop. I'm gonna come in tomorrow and I'm gonna overlay the line drawings that I'll trace, and then we'll fill it in to add some details on top. So I have to head back to Connecticut, so I'm gonna leave it like this, and then I'm coming back this summer. I think I'll add a few more layers, a couple more details, but I had to stop. But it looks better. When I returned this summer, I had everything designed, and all that needed to be done was to pull the space together. I had a few primary goals: storage, color, cozy reading nooks, and making better use of all that vertical space. The room came with a wall of metal shelves. They weren't really all that attractive, but they were super functional, so I tried to brighten them up a bit with matching blue and green storage bins and contact paper for those 2 metal panels. We brought in floor tiles and created this colorful ombre rainbow pattern, and honestly, that made the room brighter and more fun immediately. Floor tiles, if you haven't used them, they couldn't be easier. You lay them down any way you like, and then you simply add a round sticker at each corner intersection, and it secures the whole thing. They're wonderful. In one corner, we brought in a super fun play loft. I didn't make that. We ordered it and it was assembled for me. I also built that wooden tree to add just a little bit of whimsy and dimension to the space. Under the windows was a long stretch of vertical space, and I wanted to use this for sensory activities. If there's anything fidgety young children like, it's a tactile experience. I'll share more about each of these panels in a minute. One of my favorite things in this space is this giant weaving loom. I used 1-inch elastic in a wooden frame to create the base for the loom, and then off to the side is a bin filled with pre-cut ribbon and rope, and the children can select and weave with all of it. I imagine this filled with color and texture, so it's not only a great fine motor activity for the kids, but it's also a really fun, evolving, collaborative work in progress. It's no coincidence that I mounted it next to the maypole on the mural wall. This is a really special tradition for the school, so I love having those adjacent to each other. My friend ordered that amazing beanbag couch. It's super durable, and it will hopefully provide a place for kids to sit and read. For the other 2 vertical spaces on the metal shelves, we brought in some magnetiles, a personal favorite. We also found a wall-mounted marble coaster. I added magnet strips so that it would work on this wall, and the kids can try to arrange it in such a way that the marble will work its way down through the tubes. The school already had a few Lego bases mounted on the wall next to the door, but we added that folding desk as a fun way to create a little bit more space for them to create. And I carried the Lego base plates up the wall vertically to offset the horizontal lines of the shelves. It also meant that the kids could have equal access to the blue and green plates. Let's talk about the sensory panels, my favorite part. We have a Velcro board, which can be used for lots of things. I added Velcro dots to tangrams as well as foam blocks, and then they also can choose to use felt storyboards if they want. Next to the Velcro board are snap circuits. These are a favorite in our house, and they're super easy to use on the vertical because everything snaps into place onto that base plate that I've mounted onto the wall. A mermaid sequin panel is a showstopper, and it's typically the first thing people see and fiddle with when they come into the room, so I think that'll get a lot of attention. In the far corner is this heat-sensitive paper. If you put your hand against it long enough, it leaves a heat print, so it's really cool. And then finally, I found these gel-filled floor tiles. There are 9 smaller ones on the floor, so the kids can move those around and play with them, and then there's a larger one mounted on the wall. I had so many ideas for those big sunny windows. Most of them were a little bit too complicated for our budget, so instead, I screwed some small suction cups onto these colorful acrylic blocks, and they work perfectly. Finally, those wooden cubes are a fun, durable way to add a couple more cozy reading nooks for the kids, and I can already picture them curled up inside with a really good book. I am so grateful that the school took a chance on hiring me for this space. I think I had just as much fun designing it as I hope the kids will have using it. Let me know what your favorite feature is in this classroom in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and have a great day, everyone.